Dear Readings people, I'm here to bring you news for one of the projects we reviewed a couple times earlier this year, which is not Valhalla over here, but Floki and the team behind it, as they're now getting closer and closer for the mainnet launch of their Valhalla game. If you remember, like 4 to 7 months ago, I made a bunch of videos on Floki the token as well as TokenFi, the token that they used not just to be exposed to RWAs, but to also move forward in the tokenization of things. And I mentioned it a couple times that they're developing Valhalla over here, but now it is finally time where you can play it, and in about 3 weeks from now have the mainnet for that live. So I thought, let me give you some updates on what they've been working on what it's like with the ultimate play to earn experience, where you can earn from their $50 million treasury by exploring a vast open world and collecting unique wares and join the adventure now. It's an open world multiplayer game, and while I give you the rundown, I wanted to show you the trailer that they posted earlier this year, but because I have a widescreen monitor and I can't full screen it, we are instead going to watch it over here while I give you the rundown on what this one is all about. Think of Valhalla as a blockchain based MMORPG, which is inspired by Norse mythology. So same as Floki with the name, Valhalla has the same mythology behind it, which then offers players a chance to discover, tame and battle with creatures called wares, and those wares are then fighting on their battlefield. So on this hexagon-shaped battlefield over here, your different wares can battle on there, make different moves, have different effects. For example, we see something more fire-based, something more magic-based over here. And if you play any sort of strategy battler before or anything that is battlefield-based, you will most likely have an easy time to get into the game. And that game right now, as you can see right here, that is available right now on the testnet. And again, in 3 weeks from now, this is going to go fully live. When it just comes to Floki and TokenFi and the long-term vision that they have, like TokenFi itself is positioned in order to make sure of the upcoming RWA hype over the next 5 to 10 years. Then Floki is also positioned on not just the short-term meme hype and then, price goes up, then it goes down and people forget about it, but it's here long-term to stay. They have almost $300 million of their tokens staked just on this page alone, which right now is about 25% of the entire supply, which is insane compared to pretty much any other project. And if you check the videos from like 7, 8, 9 months ago, that number was pretty similar, which means people believe in this one long-term. Why is that important? When you go to the main page and they talk about that you can earn from their $50 million treasury, it's not something that is going to launch soon and then, a couple people join, make some money and then leave. This is something that you would get into now, which you can then play for the next years, if not longer, in crypto. And because it's open world based, you have different towns to explore, different wares to catch, and have the play to earn aspect with that as well, where you can explore, battle, earn, as well as trade, and have something that is here for free, where the world evolves with you. They also say holding a Genesis NFT gives you access to pre-sales discounts, early game access, and much more. And then there's a lot to it. You can customize a character, you can evolve the wares that you use, unlock full boosters, master the combat behind it, and then also be placed on the leaderboard. And as we've seen in a couple other games recently, and as you've seen recently on a couple other games, like let's say Luvium for example, just being top on the leaderboard, even like top 100, can be worth quite a lot. Now that's great and all. Let's talk about the announcements and the different tweets that they had to like recap the last month or two. The Mountain from Game of Thrones and also World's Strongest Man. He is the official partner with Valhalla. They already streamed it live on Twitch and had the whole announcement post for their long-term partnership with the World's Strongest Man, which in this case is actually fitting. I feel like sometimes when different crypto projects get like, let's say, a celebrity or somebody well known in order to endorse their project and partner with them, it seems somewhat random. But in this case, World's Strongest Man, I think he's from Iceland. That at least is a useful partnership between the two, as that makes sense. And that's just one small thing that they did for marketing. As you've seen with Floki as well as TokenFi, when it comes to marketing in crypto, I think they're doing the best out of all the different projects as they heavily focus on that. They also partnered with Alliance, which means if you watch Apex Legends, for example, or CS2, you will see their logo on there. I think we had it for Floki or TokenFi as well earlier this year, that some sport teams wore jerseys with their logo on it, and they just started their multi-year agreement 2 months ago back in September. Floki also announced that the Valhalla game is an official sponsor of the University of Miami Athletics for the 2024 and 25 season, which means again, instead of just advertising or being shown to people that are already in crypto, they also show to people in Web 2 in order to onboard more people, which then also means, and that is something that is more like psychology based, but You probably remember the first thing you heard about crypto before you get into it. Maybe it has been a friend or family member, or you've seen something about it online. Maybe you heard about Solana meme coins and then get into crypto, but there's something that onboards you. And in this case, for people that aren't into crypto, but that might be into gaming, might be into sports, they now see their logo over and over, and eventually, once they get into crypto, they might say, hey, let's check out the game. Or hey, I heard about the token, maybe that's something that I should buy long term. And I think psychologically speaking, if you see two things combined, for example, person and glasses, you make a connection, which means over time, the more people see Floki in sports, that might be a completely normal thing. If you think about Nike and athletes, you might think about Tiger Woods, as that has been like a 25-30 year partnership. And in this case, Floki or Valhalla could be bound to sports, could be bound to gaming, and get shown to millions, if not dozens of millions of people around the world. They're also donating to the Canes Connection for every field goal made by the Hurricanes this season in order to have a charity aspect behind it, for which they had this whole promotional video over here. And if you watch American sports, then you will most likely see them over this next season. They're also here for the Hong Kong International Cricket Sixes, and if you live in the West, cricket might not be really a sport you're into, but as far as I know, cricket is one of the biggest sports in the world. It is actually number 1 that shows up if you search for it. In this list over here, it's number 2, and we might not watch it or might not see it in the West often. In Asia, this is huge. So while we have a more Western-focused sport over here with the Miami Hurricanes, they also target the Asian market with cricket. You can also see their banner right here. And this was just a couple days ago, which means it's a few weeks before official launch. The tournament was broadcasted on the Star Sports Network and Fancode, one of the largest sports platforms, bringing Valhalla to cricket's massive audience. And because they are very focused on marketing, as you can tell based on all the updates that are focused on marketing, they got their whole Dubai takeover strategy, which starts on November 8th. So in about 2 days from now when I record this, which means when you're in Dubai and you go to the Wafi Mall over here, you will most likely see it as well. And while they're aligned with their mission to drive brand awareness and crypto adoption in the key global markets, and they position themselves in Dubai, where a lot of crypto millionaires go, they have that as a setup for an upcoming massive marketing campaign. And if we were to go to the price of Floki earlier this year, this pretty much did a clean 10x from Bitcoin at like 50k over here to Bitcoin at 70k over here, which can then with additional marketing and the market going up by a lot again, definitely happen again. Like just right now when I record this video, over the past 2 hours, we went from 70k up to 72k, and we're hopefully going above that, reaching new all-time highs fairly soon. Now I will leave a bunch of links down below so you can check out everything for yourself. In about 3 weeks from now, November 28th, the mainnet launches. Right now it's on the testnet, so you can check it out yourself. Click on play now. Wait a bit for the game client to launch over here, and then check out the game yourself. You know it's not financial advice, obviously, but based on my personal philosophy when it comes to crypto, which is mainly buy something, hold it long term, so your time isn't wasted, this fits right in there, as well as Floki and TokenFi, the tokens that they have for their other projects. And if they have years and years of experience in crypto already, being in the top 60 of all of crypto, then they can bring that expertise and marketing to their game. And with gaming as a whole category over here being at like $16 to $18 billion in market cap, this as a whole sector is going to grow anyways by quite a lot. Where just in the last 24 hours, everything is up by like 10 to 20%, and even more the further you go down the list. But then again, you know, not financial advice, links down below. I will see you fairly soon, and until then, take care.